Hello guys, good day. Okay, so today we're going to discuss one question from JPN Kedah Modul Cemerlang 2021. This is from last year. Okay, I find a lot of students actually having problem with this question. So let's see how to settle this question in a systematic way. Okay, every time I tell my students that whenever you want to solve a circles question, two things you always must put inside your mind. Okay, one is trigo and Pythagoras must be used, either one of them or both of them. Trigonometry and Pythagoras theorem confirm must be applicable. Try to input this into your idea. Second thing, whenever they ask for area of a shaded region, ASH is equals to total area minus area of the unshaded region. Okay, this is what you have to always think in your mind to solve the area. Okay, so please always keep these two ideas in your mind when you approach any SPM circles question. Will be very helpful for you. Okay, that is first thing. Okay, let's see how to do this question. So let me erase all this. Okay, so when it comes to the first part of the question, okay, so we have, okay, diagram 3 shows two circles with center O and B. Actually this is a typing error, this is not B, this is actually D. You can see here O and D respectively. AB and CB are common tangents of a circle. Given OA is 10 cm and AD is 12 cm. Okay, first thing you have to understand what is the meaning of a common tangent. Okay, whenever they say it's a common tangent, you have to understand one thing. Okay, imagine there is a circle here, okay, and then we have a line which is touching like this. Okay, this is known as a tangent. So whenever you join that point to the center, you always must get 90 degrees here. That is the first thing that you have to understand. So when I apply that particular understanding, I know already this area is actually 90 degrees here, and this area is also 90 degrees. So technically this line is parallel to this line. Okay, so please understand that the line PD is parallel to line AO. So this is the first idea that you need to absorb properly in your understanding. Okay, so let us continue to the other part. Okay, so let me erase all these. Okay, we go to the first part of the question where we have to find the angle AOD. So in order to find the angle AOD, let me draw out the triangle that is involved. Okay, the triangle that is involved is something like this. Okay, so this is my letter O, this is my letter A, this is my letter D. Okay, and as you all can see, this is my radius, this is my radius, and the radius of this circle is 10. Here also 10. Okay, radius always must be same, and then the length of AD is 12. It's already given in question. So now you are required to find this angle. So it's actually very simple if you use solution of triangle. Okay, if you use solution of triangle, please use cosine rule. Okay, because we only have one angle. I mean, we don't know any angle. So if you don't know any angle and you know all three sides, you must use cosine rule. Okay, so when I'm using cosine rule, I use this as my side. So 12 square is equivalent to 10 square plus 10 square minus 2 times 10 cos angle AOD. Okay, this formula is already given in the list of formulas in your SPM paper, so you don't need to memorize, but you just need to know how to apply. So since I'm taking this angle, I always have to start with the opposite, which is 12 here, and then two neighbors I have to put here in these locations. Okay, so those who study solution of triangle should understand this one very easy. Those who never study solution of triangle, please revise, because solution of triangle will really help you for your circles. Okay, so in this case, when I solve for angle AOD, I will straight away get the answer as 73.74. Okay, 73.74 degrees. Please rearrange and get the answer. It shouldn't be so big problem. And that 73.74, when you convert to radian, you will actually get 1.287 radian. 1.287 radian. And that's how you get the marks for the first part, part A. Very simple and straightforward. Okay. Okay, please show all the working from here to here step by step so that you don't make any mistake. This is a tutorial video, so I try to skip some steps to make it short and sweet. Okay, when we go to part B, they want to talk about the perimeter of the shaded region. Okay, very simple, perimeter. Okay, whenever they ask for perimeter, please list down all the required length to find the perimeter. Okay, so in order to find the perimeter, as I know, I actually need the length of AD plus with the length of BO plus with the length of OA plus with the length of AP plus with the length of PD, and finally the arc AD. These are the required information in order to find the perimeter. Okay, so not so difficult. We have to see which information we already have and which information we don't have. Okay, do I have my AD? Yes, it's already given in the question. AD I have. Do I have my DO? Yes, DO is also have 10 cm, because you can see from here DO is 10 cm. Do I have my OA? Yes, also got 10 cm. Okay, do I have my AP? I don't have my AP. Do I have my PD? I don't have my PD. Do I have my arc AD? I don't have, but I can find. Okay, I can find using the formula S equals to R theta. So for now, I just take it. I don't have these three information. So once you already write the problem statement, then you go and start with AP. Okay, now how to find AP? That is the question. Okay, so in order to find the AP, I'll show you what is the procedure. Please observe properly. Remember, beginning of the video, I told you you actually need to use Pythagoras theorem or solution of triangle in order to solve a question. So please apply that. So what I'm going to do, since there is a 90 degrees involved here and they are parallel, okay, as you can see here, this angle inside here and this angle inside here must be the same because the lines are parallel. How I know the lines are parallel? Because both are 90 degrees here, so they must be parallel from a common tangent. Okay, so both are parallel, so the angle inside must be the same. So what happens technically, if I only focus on the triangle here, which is AOD triangle, you can actually analyze from here that we already found out that this particular area, the length is, the angle is already been found out. Okay, this is 10, this is 10, the angle we found out to be 1.287. So can we find out this angle and this angle? Yes, of course we can find out. Okay, how? Very simple. 1.287 radian is actually equivalent to 73.74 degrees. So what you need to do, press calculator, 180 minus 73.74 divide by 2, you will actually get the internal answer, which is 53.13 and 53.13 here. Why both angles are same is because their length is the same, so the angle also must be the same. So please take note, the angle ODC, the angle here is 53.13. Please keep that in your mind, very very important. Okay, so now we go back to the drawing here. Okay, let me draw and show you so that you have a better understanding. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. This is the horizontal line, and then we have a triangle here. Okay, doesn't look exactly like the diagram, but as long as you follow the symbols is good enough. This is point P, this is point D, this is point A. Okay, as we all know, this is 12 cm. Okay, and I told you this is parallel, because remember, if you go up here, I told you this area is parallel to this area, so that will actually make my angle here is equivalent to 73.74. Okay, 73.74 degrees, and the angle inside here, okay, the one we just found out is actually 53.13. So here will be 53.13. So what is the remaining angle here is also 53.13. How I find out? 180 minus this one, you will get this one, no problem. Okay, very simple mathematics. Okay, okay, so now we have 12 here. Okay? And then you have to understand that this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, when I draw, it doesn't look like 90 degrees, but if you observe here, this diagram here clearly, you will see it's actually 90 degrees. Okay, you can see, because I told you common tangent here is 90, so inside also must be 90. Okay, so that's how I got 90 degrees here. So whenever I see a 90 degrees triangle, Pythagoras theorem or solution trigonometry comes into action. Okay, so I take this one as opposite and this one as my hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So sine 53.13 is equals to AP over 12. So therefore AP is equals to 12 sine 53.13. So what is my solution for AP? I will get 9.6 cm. Perfect. So I already know my AP 9.6 cm. This one is already been found out. So next you have to find your PD. Okay, you already used trigonometry. Now use Pythagoras theorem. This is a right angle triangle here. So 12 square is equivalent to 9.6 square plus PD square. So from there you can solve for PD is the square root of 12 square minus 9.6 square. So you will actually end up getting 7.2 cm. So you also already find the length of PD. So the only remaining thing that you haven't find out is your length of arc AD. Not so difficult. Arc AD is equals to r theta. R theta, the radius of the arc AD and then the angle of the arc AD. Okay, the arc AD that they are talking is actually here. Please open your eyes and see properly. So I have to find this angle and the radius is 10. The angle I already found out 1.287. So I'm going to use that here. So it's 10 multiplied by 1.287. So it will give me 12.87. So I already have all the required information right now. So I can add up and find the perimeter. So the perimeter that when I add up everything, I will actually get around 61.67 centimeter. Please take note, this is the answer. Okay, very simple. I don't show you the working one by one because it will make the video very long. Okay, I want to make it short and sweet. So it's your duty to sit down and do the working and make sure your answer is same with me. Okay, and finally let me explain C as well. They are talking about C is regarding the area of the shaded region. Okay, this one, lot of students, they think it's very complicated. Actually it is not complicated. The only thing that you need to do here is actually from the trapezium. Let me show you the trapezium. This is a trapezium. Can you see that or not? This is a trapezium. From the trapezium you have to minus off the unshaded region, the one in the middle, white color. Okay, the one in the middle is actually a segment, and there is a special formula to find the area of segment. So if you use that formula, this one you can finish within 2 steps. So I'll show you how. Very simple. So first let me draw the trapezium for you so that you can understand better. The trapezium is something like this, where you have this particular straight line and then going down like this and then going down parallel and then here. Okay, so let me label all the points. This is point P, this is point A, this is point D, this is point O. Here is 10, here is 7.2. All these I found out in the previous question. The 7.2 and 9.6 I found out in the previous question. This one I don't know, but I don't need to know as well. So the area of a trapezium. So the area of a trapezium is equivalent to a formula 1 over 2 multiply sum of parallel sides. So this is the parallel sides. So 7.2 plus 10. So 7.2 plus 10 multiplied by height, which is 9.6. So the area of trapezium will end up getting 82.56 centimeter square. But that is not the final answer. You have to minus the segment. Okay. For a segment, okay, let me draw a segment for you. Segment is very simple. Anything that looks like this is a segment. Okay, please take note. Anything that looks like this is a segment. So a typical segment will look like this. So in order to find the area of the segment, the formula is 1 over 2 r square bracket theta minus sine theta. The theta is actually coming from here, the center here, and here must be in radian and here must be in angle. Okay, this is what you have to understand. For any area of segment, any question, you can actually use this formula. Very friendly formula, can save a lot of time. Okay, so now I'm actually talking about this segment, right? So the theta that I'm talking is at the same theta which is 1.287 and the radius is 10. Okay, very simple. Okay, so please take note. I'm going to substitute back into this one to find the area of segment. So the area of the segment is 1 over 2 and 10 square. Theta is 1.287 minus sine. The same angle I have to put in, the same angle I have to put in degrees. Okay, not angle, degrees, degrees, which is 73.74 degrees. Okay, so you'll end up getting angle of the segment is 16.35. 16.35. So finally, area of the shaded region is equals to 82.56 minus 16.35, which will end up getting 66.21 centimeter square. So that is the area of shaded region, and this is the one of the best way to solve this kind of question. Okay, if this question comes out for SPM, I don't think so they can give 4 marks. I don't know why here is indicated 4 marks. I think for this you'll get 2 marks. For this one you'll get at least 3 marks. This one you'll get 4 marks. So this question can be a 10-mark question or maybe a 8-mark question, depends. Okay, so but please be prepared for this kind of thinking. So every question when it comes to circles SPM, one thing you have to put in your mind: use Pythagoras theorem, use trigonometry. This will really save your life, and you can really score on this question. Okay, this is one of the very difficult question, I admit, but this is the one of the best way to solve this question. Okay, thank you, take care.